In this video, I'm going to show you how to relieve lower back pain in seconds. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over easy, effective lower back exercises that are geared towards giving quick relief. All of these exercises hit the lower back just a little bit differently. Go through all of them, take what works best for you. As a bonus, all of these exercises can be done at home, don't require any special equipment, and may give quick relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started and fix that lower back pain right now. So one of my absolute favorite low back exercises is a yoga pose called the Cobra, but I'm going to modify it to target a big instigator of low back pain, and it's commonly overlooked, which are tight hip flexors right here in the front of the leg. So this is known as a hip flexor cobra. What I'm going to do is go next to a door or a wall, bend my knees at 90 degrees so my feet are flat against that door or the wall, just like this. In this position already, you should start to feel a very good stretch right here into the front of the legs. So that's the hip flexors. What I'm going to do from there is lay obviously flat on my stomach like this, tuck my chin just slightly towards my chest, and then prop myself up on my elbows. What I'm doing is keeping my hips flat during this exercise also. The more that you go up, the more that you're going to feel a stretch into the lower back, a very good backwards extension, which helps take pressure off the lower back, but it'll also intensify the stretch into the front of the legs. So make sure to feel that, focus on that. But go up as much as you can. This first position is called a press-up stretch, also known as a half cobra. We want to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. Let the tension out. From there, you're just going to relax, take a breather, and then simply repeat this 3 to 5 times. With each repetition, challenge yourself too to come up just a little bit more. If you feel that this is too easy, you can then go into the full cobra. So instead of going up on our elbows, what we're going to do is we're going to press up on our hands just like this, and this can become very intense. Make sure also to not lift the hips up or the pelvis, but to keep that flat as possible, and do this for 3 to 5 complete repetitions. How you can take this one to the next level is, instead of going straight out with it, go off to the right just a little bit and then do that same exercise. You'll notice that this hits off more towards the side. You'll work a muscle called the QL, or quadratus lumborum, another big instigator of lower back pain. So we're really compounding this by targeting the hip flexors and also more into the QL. But try that and then go all the way towards the left. If you feel that that helps out just a little bit more, throw some more repetitions in. Target the spots that need it the most. So here is a lower back pain relief exercise I really like, because not only is it going to focus on the lower back, but it's also going to target the hips, the pelvis, the groin area, and also the legs. It's known as the happy baby stretch. You can do this one in bed or on the floor. Let's start off on our back, head rested down like this. I'm going to lift my legs up like this to the point where my knees are starting to come back towards my chest. From here, I'm going to take my hands, grab at the big toe just like this. The knees are going to go slightly bent away from the body. From here, it's going to be a two-part motion. So what I'm going to do is pull back with my feet right here, so my knees are going towards my chest, and then I'm going to put my elbows right on the inside of my knees and press out on the knees. So I'm pulling my knees towards my chest and then also taking the knees away from the body at the same time. When you do this, it will be a very deep stretch into the lower back. You'll feel it into the glute buttocks, across the hips, and also into the pelvis. Really focus on feeling it into the hips and lower back. Once we hit a very comfortable stretch, let's hold this one for 20 seconds. From there, you're just going to relax, take a breather, and then on the next repetition, try to stretch into it even more. Take the knees away from the body and also the knees towards the chest. Always challenge yourself, but you want to do this one for 3 to 5 complete repetitions. This exercise is what I like to call Dr. Rowe's magic low back fix. It's great because not only is it going to help with tight, achy muscles, but it's also going to help decompress or open up the back to relieve sharp pains, including those from pinched nerves. We need a couple things. The first being a large can of soup. I like beef barley. You can use any flavor you like. I'm also going to be using a tennis ball and a large bath towel for extra comfort. In the first part, let's focus on getting rid of muscle knots, spasms, trigger points throughout the lower back. I'm going to start off next to a door or a wall. My hips and my knees are going to be in line, knees bent at 90 degrees, and I'm also going to then press with my feet into a door. through the heels. I find that wearing shoes also during this exercise makes it a little bit easier because you'll have more grip. Let's start off by just lowering the head also like this. You can place a towel or pillow underneath it for extra comfort. During this exercise, I'm going to again press into my heels so I can lift and lower my butt very, very easily like this. Start off with the tennis ball, place it off to the side that you're having discomfort. Let's say I have a lot of muscle tightness into my left side. I'm going to center it right over that. You do not want to place the tennis ball over the spine or over any bony spot. That can cause discomfort. But just from there, simply lower your body weight by lowering your butt down towards the floor into the tennis ball until you feel a very good amount of pressure over that achy muscle. From there, what you want to do is then rock from side to side very slowly, controlling that amount of pressure. Do this for about 20 to 30 seconds. From there, just lift up, take a breather, and then on the next repetition, experiment with a different movement. Maybe do a circular motion this time or go up and down with it. But again, you want to do this for about 3 to 5 repetitions. Find what movement just attacks that muscle a little bit better. You can then switch over different spots and also go towards the other side. You can take this one to the next level also by going right over that spot and doing a knee to the chest exercise. So what I'm going to do is lift one knee off, and I'm going to take it towards the other, taking it towards my chest. When you do this, you'll notice that more pressure goes over that tennis ball and it activates the muscles just a little bit differently. So hold this one for about 20 seconds. You just relax and then repeat. And if it feels like it targets it a little bit better, throw some more repetitions in there. In the second part, we're going to do a little bit more with decompression or a pulling motion to open up the joints of the lower back to take pressure out of spinal discs. So if one is irritated, it could be causing a lot of sharp pains, including those of pinched nerves. Let's take the soup can. I'm going to place it lengthwise like this directly over the spine itself so it's kind of centered. And then from there, I'm going to take my towel right here and just place it over top for extra comfort. Center it over the spot that you feel that you're having the most discomfort. And with this one too, you can just start at the top of the lower back and then proceed to use it all the way down to the lower back if you're not able to pinpoint it. But when you do this, try to lower the butt down towards the floor as much as you can. What this will do is put the back into extension or a backwards curve. So it should feel like a very deep stretch into the lower back. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds. If it does feel good though, you can hold it for an extended period of time, several minutes. Just grab a book, an iPad, use your iPhone, just take your mind off of it. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing. The more you relax, the better this will work. But when you need a breather, just lift up like this and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. From there, just switch it over different spots. You can pretty much go all the way from the top of the lower back, all the way to the belt line, even over the top of the pelvis right here, if you feel like it works for you. To take this one to the next level, let's put a little bit more dynamic movement in this to activate those muscles just a little bit differently. I'm going to do a pelvic tilt. So my hands go on my hips like this, and I'm going to rock my pelvis up and down over that soup can. And it usually feels really, really good. But just do this nice and slowly for about 20 to 30 seconds. From there, take a breather and just repeat this 3 to 5 times. You can then switch over different spots and target what needs it the most. So here is a great lower back pain relief exercise that's going to target so many muscle groups in such little time. You can do this one in bed, first thing in the morning, or on the floor. I'm going to start off on my back just like this. And I'm going to take a rolled up towel or pillow and place it in between my knees. Let's raise the knees up like this so our hips, our knees are in a straight line, knees roughly at 90 degrees. From there, let's squeeze from our knees into the towel as much as we can. This will activate the SI joints or the sacroiliac joints, and you should feel it pretty much right in the center of the pelvis below the belt line. So make sure to focus on that. From there, my hands are going to go off to my sides for a stable anchor point, and I'm going to do a twisting or rotation movement into the back to help reduce muscle tightness and just get the joints moving a little bit easier. So I'm going to take my knees down towards any direction. When you do this, try to move through the hips and through the pelvis while keeping the upper back flat. Go down as far as you feel comfortable. Once you feel a very comfortable stretch in the lower back, let's hold this for 2 to 3 seconds, come back up towards the middle, and then just simply go towards the other direction. It is quite common during this exercise to get a sudden pop, crack, or self-release into the lower back. That is normal. It's just gases being released from the lower back joints. But we want to do this nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. With each repetition also, challenge yourself to stretch more into it because it's only going to help get those joints moving even more and hopefully loosen up more muscle tightness. How we can take this one to the next level is to focus a little bit more onto the glutes, buttocks, and the piriformis. The piriformis, if that becomes tight, can cause a lot of issues, including what is known as pseudosciatica. So what I'm going to do is a figure 4 exercise, and it gets its name because what I'm going to do is bend my knees like this, bring one leg up over like this so the ankle is supported on the top of the leg. When you look down, it should look like a figure 4 forming. From there, I'm going to take the bottom leg, lift it up just like this to the point where the knee is bent roughly at 90 degrees. You're going to have a hole formed by the leg, so take the arm on the bent leg right here and then put it right through, grab the back of the leg like this. The other arm, I should say hand, is going to go over this one. With this exercise, what you want to do is pull this leg back, the bottom leg, till you feel a very comfortable activation of the glutes and the muscles across the hip. That will be that piriformis. Once you feel that, you can hold this position for 15 to 20 seconds if it is a very intense stretch. From there, you can just relax and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. But this is how we're going to really take it to the next level. Let's do a similar movement to what we just did earlier. So I'm going to pull back like this until I feel a very comfortable activation of the piriformis, and then I'm going to rotate just a little bit towards one side. This really feels good, a very deep stretch into the glute buttock, also the lower back. Hold this for about 2 to 3 seconds, just relax, and then just simply go towards the other direction. And you want to do this one for 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. And when you're done on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. If the video helped and you got relief, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching.